shit crop me the edit. Yeah, I see face, look at it. Hold up, ooh, that's good. Need a minute, need a plan to revive. Let's get a shot pressing. They say what I said. They got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that shot.
Traffic heading in and out of downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. The setting for our broadcast. And Dave, well, tremendous athleticism. Thanks, D.A. Now the starting group for Orlando. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. And it's Ennis in at the 3, the small forward. And for Minnesota, they've got Karl Anthony Towns. Russell is out there with Beasley. And it's Okogie in at the 3. Fournier passes to Augustine. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Rockets in Houston.
I think one thing you have to love about the Timberwolves, their aggression on the offensive end. This is a team that has been top 10 in free throw attempts over the last 8 years. And when they get to the line, they do convert.
Yes, that goes in.
What a polished offensive game. Fournier cashing in from the mid-range.
It's stolen by Vucevic. On the wing, Gordon. Hernan Gomez covering. Pass to Augustine. The 3. Minnesota with the rebound. And part of why the Wolves get to the line so much, they take a lot of two-point shots.
And that's a trade-off, right, Kev? We all know the analytics like the three-point shot. They like restricted area twos. But the best way to get to the line is to challenge the teeth of that defense. You can't do that from 25 feet away, guys.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Ennis. That's in. Augustine with the assist.
And Kev, this is exactly what you expect from DJ Augustine. This is why coaching staffs love him. He makes everyone better.
Here's Towns. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Orlando, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Augustine, no luck. The Timberwolves have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Beasley left side. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Back to Augustine. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them. Beasley kicks to Russell. And that one goes long.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell. Well, D'Angelo Russell, one of the best mid-range scorers you'll see. He's got the floater game, the pull-up game, and with his arsenal, he can get a shot at any time.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
And you know, Doris, another thing about D'Angelo Russell, he's not afraid of the big moment.
Kevin, he has proven that he is willing to take and make big shots. He doesn't necessarily beat you with tremendous athleticism, but it's his basketball skill that sets him apart.
Here's Okogie, defended by Gordon.
Come on.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Layman's checked in, and a switch here also for Orlando. Ross is checked in. Ross with a steal. One-on-one fast break. Here's Augustine. The Magic again can't hit. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Russell. That's in there. Johnson with the assist.
Oh, man, how good is he at turning on the Jets and getting to that next level? D'Angelo Russell, fearless, driving on the interior.
Ross with a wide open look. No good on the triple. So it's Minnesota now. Johnson's shot is off. And Vucevic has got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. Lob pass to Gordon. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here.
And let's see the stat sheet on Terrence Ross. His last 10 games have been exceptional. 9th in three-point field goal percentage, 15th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And back to his efficiency from three, as you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail. Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Kem Birch comes in for Gordon. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Evan Fournier. Orlando leading. Pass to Ross. Dishes it to Fultz. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
One of the keys as a perimeter player is always stay focused through contact. Markelle Fultz makes that shot despite the physical contact.
To the middle. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Johnson. Fast break, Minnesota. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Timberwolves. It's been a rough season for them. The good news is the lottery is only a couple months away.
And when you look at Minnesota, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
It just feels like they're sputtering right now. Every time you think they've turned the corner, they really haven't.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Fultz the pass to Birch. Johnson with the block. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Mo Bamba showing you the ability to pass the basketball. Pretty look.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Layman pass to Reed. And it's Culver at the elbow. Over to the wing. Noel. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Michael Carter-Williams. The Timberwolves have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. 2 shots. And he makes both free throws. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
And I don't care what his size is. You cannot forget to box him out. He's just got a nose for the ball, and he is fearless in attacking the glass. And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Magic lead by 3. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. It's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Magic?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And a few of those led to quick scores at the other end. Really active first quarter for them.
Johnson is out there with Layman. Then it's Culver, and it's Reed in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Fultz the pass to Birch. Fultz, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Fultz has got the lead up to 5 now for Orlando.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Johnson kicks to Layman. From outside, off the mark. Magic leading by 5. 7-footers typically challenged as far as mobility. But, Doris, you look at Mo Bamba, he appears to be very fluid.
Well, he's listed at 7 feet. He's actually 7'1" in shoes. And despite that height, Kevin, as you mentioned, Mo Bamba is a very fluid athlete. He's got exceptional feet, tremendous upside for Bamba.
And here's a look at some numbers for Beasley.
And, guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
for the Magic. Gordon's checked in for Kem Birch. And it's Ennis in for Terrence Ross. Hernan Gomez passes to Towns. Pass to Russell. Here's Hernan Gomez. Denied for the third time. He's 0 for 3. And so it's Carter Williams. He'll bring up the ball for the Orlando Magic. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Great positioning on the putback.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Here's Culver. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Orlando will take it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Timberwolves passing it around. Russell from long range. Another miss by Minnesota. Orlando leading by 9. Gordon finds Carter Williams. Inside, here's Bamba. That one drops for him. Bamba's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, Mo Bamba, if he gets that kind of position, turn the lights out.
To the right side. Here's Towns to stop the run. And Bamba pulls it down. Magic have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Late in the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more.
Oh, that was something else.
Have mercy.
I'll tell you, the next step for Mo Bamba will be more muscle, but he finishes through contact right there.
And stolen by Russell. And then Culver with the dunk.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by Orlando.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one is on Towns.
Well, obviously a rough start to the career of #1 pick Markelle Fultz. The shoulder injury sort of takes away his shooting ability when the Sixers trade him away. You're rooting for this young man to get back to his game.
Okogie's checked in for Culver. Orlando also making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Aaron Gordon. Fournier comes in for Ennis. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. Beasley with a clean look. Connects from three-point range. And some have said, Doris, for Fultz, not just physical issues dogging him early on.
Well, I think you have to consider, Kevin, when you are the #1 overall pick, extraordinary pressure comes with that. So now with a new team, perhaps that fresh start gives Markelle Fultz an opportunity to showcase his big-time talent.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
1:09 left in the first half of basketball. The 17-footer. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Vucevic has got 4 points in the quarter.
You love the decisiveness with which Vucevic is making these decisions. He's got the green light to shoot it on the catch.
No one near Fultz as he lets it go. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. And the basket by Okogie. 44 seconds left in the second quarter. Tries again. Here's Bamba. And there's the pass to Vucevic. And another shot. And Bamba lays it in. Bamba's got 8 points.
And, Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Towns wide open. Off target from outside.
And you will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Off they go on a 3-on-1 break. Here's Hernan Gomez. Bamba with the block.
That is a combination of length and defensive instinct. Send it back, Mo Bamba.
Here's Okogie. He's guarded by Fournier. Here's Layman. No good on the 3. Deep 2 from Ross. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Orlando Magic. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5 in the period. The second. And that's.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. And guys, you know, Mohamed Bamba has really been making it happen.
What a welcome surprise that first half. Went above and beyond his usual scoring output.
A huge bonus. Boy, when he's contributing like this, it makes everything easier for his team.
We've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the court for Orlando. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. And it's Ennis in at the 3 spot. Here's Towns, and it's in there. Towns has got the first basket of the second half here for Minnesota.
Well, there's an efficiency with which Karl Anthony Towns can work when he's in the painted area. That is nicely done.
Gordon with no one around. It's good. The assist that time from Ennis. And the Magic lead by 11.
Well, this is the first full year now for Ryan Saunders. Let's remember he was hired by Minnesota full-time after an interim stint last season. And boy, did the players love playing for him.
Good work there as it goes. Beasley's got 5 now.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Now here's Ennis. D right on him. Gordon inside. Hernan Gomez on him. And the basket by Gordon. And as we know, Doris, Ryan Saunders, the son of the late, great Minnesota legend, Flip Saunders.
Well, certainly the family has history with the organization, but in no way did Ryan Saunders get the job due to name only. This guy proved he can get wins from this Minnesota roster last year. For Saunders, he's known as a player development guy, and the ability to handle superstars is part and parcel to the job.
Timberwolves trail by 10. Plenty of space. And Towns, the bucket on the assist by Russell. Towns has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. Russell against Fournier. And he banks in the layup. Fournier's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Well, this is the kind of thing that will help that shooting percentage. Fournier in the high percentage area.
Pass to Okogie. Over Ennis. Orlando grabs the miss. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Well, Evan Fournier is a fundamentally sound player, and if his teammates are open, he will deliver the rock.
Now in his 6th season in the NBA, hard to believe Aaron Gordon is still just 24 years of age.
Not much older than some rookies coming in. You wonder what his ceiling will be.
Here's Towns. That one off the back iron and out. And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. 14 points, their largest lead in the game.
You see, before you could give Aaron Gordon a cushion from deep. At this point, though, he has honed that part of his arsenal.
Towns, good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 3 assists in the game.
I'll tell you, tough first half puts it in the rear view. The shooting percentage starting to reflect that.
Here's Fournier. Nice D from Russell. For Minnesota, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Here's Towns. And another 3 for Minnesota.
If Karl Anthony Towns is feeling it, he will command the basketball. And as a coach, that's what you're hoping for.
Now the feed to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
To the wing right side. Colbert kicks to Russell. Left side, Towns. From 11 feet away. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
40 seconds left in the third. Pass to Vucevic. An easy 2 points on the layup. Vucevic has got 8 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Timberwolves trail by 14. Passes it to Russell. With the teardrop, and the layup is good. He has 7.
Well, D'Angelo Russell has the floater in his offensive arsenal. So important for a point guard in the NBA.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Wow, the tenacity of Aaron Gordon, the athleticism is just amazing.
Outside, Towns. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Out to the right wing. Three-pointer Augustine missed. And so it's Aaron Gordon making things happen for Orlando. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. Right back after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Layman is out there with Johnson. Then it's Malik Beasley. And it's Reed in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you. And you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
There's the call on James Johnson. That's his first foul. Juan Hernangomez, who's checked in for Minnesota. Here is Ross. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Right side, Gordon. 6 to shoot. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And that one is good by Beasley.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Fultz the pass to Birch. He kicks to Vucevic. Ross with it. And the shot goes down.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
The pass to Layman, and Gordon over to help. Hernangomez with the ball. To the wing on the left. Noel, guarded by Fultz. Noel. Birch grabs the board. Magic leading by 8. Vucevic with it. Beasley covering. No good from Ross.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
There's Layman. And a miss there on the triple.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Ross against Beasley. Vucevic down low. Back to Ross. Over in the corner, Fultz. Here's Birch. Hernan Gomez covering.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 9. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Gordon dishes to Vucevic. Back to Gordon. And stolen by Russell. And here we go. Here's Beasley. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Fact of the matter is, Karl Anthony Towns could be a menace on the glass. Good luck with this guy.
Ross kicks to Gordon. Oh, Vucevic in position and stolen by Russell. And here's the break. Hernan Gomez finds Russell. Tries from 16. Back to Towns. Shoots over Vucevic. No good that time. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. 17 points was their biggest margin. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And that one is good by Beasley. Here's Birch. Pass to Ross. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
To the left side wing. Ennis taking his time here. Birch the pass to Gordon. Clock at 6. Ross on the wing for the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. And it's an 11-point Magic lead.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question, GA. They've got hot at exactly the right time.
And so it's Orlando taking...
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA...
The skyline of Orlando seen here during a court. And with... Well, you're right, D.A. A big lift for their offense. And he defends, too. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. Take a look at the Jazz. They've had a great season, and will look to extend that into the playoffs.
Right now for the Jazz, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3. And for Orlando, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. And it's Ennis in at the 3 slot. And tonight, Clark, not just any regular season game. These teams going for higher seeds in the playoffs.
And Kevin, you've been doing it a long time, and you can feel, even during the regular season, when there's a little extra juice in the players and in the building, and guys are locked in, and it gives you a preview of what the playoff intensity is like. That doesn't happen a lot with the number of games in the NBA schedule, but you can certainly feel it when it does.
You sure can.
You make your teammates better by giving them good passes. That one was perfect.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Utah Jazz. 6-point game. To the paint. Here's Gobert. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Count it.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And that's just a risky play. To make a heave like that, not worth it.
The Magic have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Fournier's shot is off.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Mitchell's shot is good.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Fournier into the lane. Banked in off the glass. Fournier's got 6.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Here's Conley. Lays it up and banks it in.
If you allow him to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
Greg, some folks suspected Conley might be moved when Memphis had a shot at drafting John Morant. Right before the draft, that deal took place.
I tell you what, he looks to be a great fit in Utah. Can be that third star the team needs to push them to the next level. Utah had to give up a fair sum to get him, but it was worth the risk.
Here's Gobert. After the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. Ingles in the corner. Clock at 4. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
And now we get a chance to check out Donovan Mitchell. Since the break, he's come back strong, really making his presence felt. Averaging 23 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Well, you know that he can put points up in a hurry, and he leads this team in scoring.
Yeah, you know, I think he's got a great sense of how to keep their offense going and being productive. If somebody else is having an off night, then he kind of steps in and fills the gap.
So it's the Jazz now. The Magic hitting the bucket, and that one good from Clarkson.
What a nice feel, a good feel for the pick and roll. Clarkson sees his opportunity and capitalizes.
He had stolen by Ingles. And here we go, fast break. Moutier's got it. Pull up Shea, and Utah again with the bucket. And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for Orlando. 3-point lead. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met.
Oh, my goodness! That was special. Yeah, we saw this on display in the slam dunk contest. Gordon has some major bunnies, a creative slam dunk artist. You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
It's deflected. Pass break. Here come the Jazz. And Gobert kicks to O'Neal. Back to Gobert. And it's good. 2 points.
No surprise there. I mean, realizing he has the size advantage, he exploits it perfectly.
Feeds to Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
Jazz trail by 5. Moutier looking around. O'Neal against Ross. And O'Neal gets it to go. Magic have gone 8 of 11 in the first quarter. They'll take that percentage any night. Gordon, the pass to Vucevic. Lays it up off the glass. Vucevic has got 8 points.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip. You know, one of the basic fundamentals in basketball is the ability to box out. He's got that down pat.
The shot's good from Fournier.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Moutier. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now.
We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also, how about the willingness to attack the basket and challenge the defense here tonight?
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. Clarkson is out there with Moutier. Then there's Davis, and it's Rudy Gobert, and it's Niang in at the 3, the small forward. Gobert, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires. 8 points for him.
And the defense, no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
And you look out there at the Magic, one of the taller teams in our league.
And, you know, that's a philosophical bent for the front office. They want long, athletic players, draft guys with great length, and then develop their strength and skill level. And I actually kind of like that approach. Have a philosophy, stick to it, and be true to it.
Here's Niang. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Ennis, he's checked in for Orlando. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for the Jazz. Conley now comes in for Moutier. Now the pass to Bamba. And it's Carter Williams in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Clark, over the last couple decades, the role of the big man has changed and required more skill outside shooting among them.
Yeah, that's one of the things. And then the ability to move your feet defensively.
Yes.
Because the three-point shot spaces the floor so much, and a lot of times teams will have 4, maybe 5 perimeter shooters out there regardless of size. So big guys, if they're going to play in that type of an alignment, have to be able to move their feet and effectively guard perimeter players and also make shots from the perimeter as well.
Amazing to see guys that big out there sometimes with a one-on-one with the guard, like on the three-point line.
No doubt. And also the big guys, we've got a ton of them, Kevin, across the league that can really knock down the three-point shot.
And you ask around, his coaches and teammates love Donovan Mitchell. The way he carries himself, really infectious, upbeat, but also a born competitor.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. The offensive rebound, and there's Gobert putting it right back in.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
Here's Birch. He's guarded by Davis. Carter Williams kicks to Bamba. Back to Carter Williams. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Count that bucket. And going into the 2017 draft, Mitchell was a sleeper. Maybe even bragged to himself he wasn't sure he was ready to make that leap.
And you know, Kevin, it was the NBA players he was working out with in the summertime who told him, man, you're ready right now. And a season that saw him second in Rookie of the Year votes validated that and built his confidence.
Here's Ennis. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Ennis has got his first 2 points.
Really like the quick decision-making of Fultz there, Kevin. Excellent at surveying the floor for the open teammate.
Now here's Gobert. Really struggled in the loss against Oklahoma City. Mitchell looking it over. To the inside. It's stolen by Ennis. Nice shot there by Bamba. Bamba's got 4 points this quarter.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Passes to Niang. Conley against Carter Williams. From outside the arc. And it's Mitchell missing. Magic leading by 5. And here's the fast break. And Bamba leading the way. And finished off by Fultz.
Very impressive instincts that Fultz has. I mean, especially on offense. He knows exactly when to bounce for the alley-oop.
And it's Conley penetrating. Outside for Davis. Mitchell outside. Beyond the arc. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Carter Williams, the pass to Bamba.
Really hard to say enough about how good Carter Williams is at spotting the open man. He's got excellent vision and just a nice feel for what they're trying to get done in their offense.
Davis kicks to Conley. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound by the Magic. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago. Outside for Carter Williams. Trying his luck from deep. And Davis pulls it down. Jazz trail by 6. On the wing, Mitchell. And it's off from 3-point range. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Bamba. The shot's good. Bamba's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Another miss by Utah. Pass to Birch. Here's the lob to the hoop. And the dunk by Bamba.
Boom! At over 7 feet tall with bounce, Bamba, a great option for the alley-oop.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Orlando out in front as they end the second quarter. Thank you, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, well, things were going Orlando's way from the beginning. They jumped out to a 6-0 lead as they strung together. And that...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. And guys, you know, Mohamed Bamba has really been making it happen.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. And it's Bamba in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for the Magic. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand.
And maybe he thinks He has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes guys have the green light to take that shot, but I don't think he's one of them.
And you talk about the best defensive head coaches in the league. Steve Clifford has to be on that short list.
I would agree with you, partner. I mean, his teams play hard, they play smart, they play with discipline, and that usually is a reflection of the coach, and a good one.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Magic leading by 8. Lob pass to Gordon. Hands of the ball out of bounds. Fournier last touched it.
And now a look at Rudy Gobert here. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. First in field goal percentage, 4th in blocks. And he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And you're right. He's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot. That's why he's tops in field goal percentage. Well, Orlando's shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game. Pass to Augustine. Vucevic dishes to Gordon. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Gobert. That shot missing, so Orlando will take it the other way. O'Neal against Ross. And foul on the shots. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. It's good from long range. Clarkson's got 6.
Clarkson really working on his range, and defenses better wise up to it.
And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Here is the list of players with the most boards in the league this month. The NBA's leading rebounders. Nikola Vucevic, 4th.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown such strength under the basket.
Moutier finds Ingles. Down low. Here's Gobert. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Here's Vucevic. Unable to get that one. Gobert with the defensive effort. Here's Moutier. Clarkson. It's hauled in by the Magic. Here's Ross, and the jam by Ross.
And when Ross gets ahead of steam going to the rim, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of there.
Moutier against Augustine. To the middle. O'Neal passes to Gobert. High post shot. Ross grabs the board. Magic leading by 7. Fournier goes in. Takes a 3. Gordon trying to break loose. Knocked away. Jazz have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Good on the shots. Clarkson's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And this is the advantage Clarkson has. I mean, he's a big combo guard and can convert through contact.
Offensive rebound. And Vucevic kicks to Fournier. Shoots over Clarkson. Fournier's shot is off.
Guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
Good on that shot. And with that, the Magic lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Ingles. Augustine passes to Fournier. Now here's Ross. He's covered by Clarkson. Ross dishes to Vucevic. Got it from 16 feet. Vucevic has got 10.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
And the pass to O'Neal. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. The three. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Here's Gobert. Off target from the wing. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Orlando out in front, leading by 7. Don't go anywhere. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. So on the floor for Utah. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Then there's Davis. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Niang in at the 4 spot. No one near fault as he lets it go. Misses the 3. Jazz trail by 7. Here's Mitchell. Good on the baseline, Jay. Mitchell's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Jazz. The Magic shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And this is Gordon's sweet spot. An awesome dunker who loves getting in tight and wrecking the rim.
And Davis now top of the key. Passes it to Mitchell. Just 5 on the clock. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. And it's Ennis with the ball for the Magic. They've led by as much as 10. Wide open look. Magic working now with the new shot clock. Goes back up. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Tell you what, that remarkable foot speed of Gordon really causes problems for the defense. He's a hard guy to keep in front of him.
And one of the more transcendent athletes in the game. Aaron Gordon still has some untapped potential. He could make a big leap.
And here is Mitchell. Kicks it to Clarkson. Over Ross. Rebound by Ennis.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their league. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. Joe Ingles comes in for George Niang. Stolen by Clarkson. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too.
And the Jazz with possession here. Gobert, the pass to Mitchell. Over Ross. The Jazz again can't hit it. And Greg, we've seen Gordon playing in a slower pace system. He was asked to play at the small forward.
Not ideal, Kevin. He's better off as a small ball power forward, getting out in the lane and using those springs to rise over the D.
Conley dishes to Gobert. Here's Clarkson. And the 3 off target. Magic leading by 11. Up the floor. Ross with a wide open look. Off the left rim and out. Jazz have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. Here's Conley. Rebound by the Magic. Vucevic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but it certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
DJ Augustine's checked in for Fultz. O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz. Conley feeling it out to the inside. Gobert. Basket good.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Magic.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
Mitchell kicks to Gobert. Augustine against Conley. Pass to Ingles. Shot clock at 2. That 3 off the mark. Magic leading by 12. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin, and at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
Ennis passes to Vucevic. Fires for 3. Another miss by Orlando. Utah has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Jazz passing it around. Over in the corner, Conley. On the wing, Ingles. Changes up, and it's good on the way in.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Pass to Ennis. He kicks it to Ross. Another miss by Orlando. And so Gobert will bring it up for Utah. Trailing here by 8. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell. Now Fultz. To the left wing. Frazier standing before. No good. And so it's Orlando winning this one. Some good competition, but thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it.
very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number 200.
Here's Tatum and slam.
In your face.
You play 2K.
All the time.
You act.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And now you have an album. Anything you can't.
Salt Lake City, Utah, fully illuminated tonight as we get a look at our broadcast setting from the skies high above. Now it's in. Well, terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Beasley.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. They've got Beasley. He's out there with Russell, and it's Okogie in at the 3. And for Utah, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3, the small forward. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Hernan Gomez. Russell against Conley. Well, Smitty, we're coming down the stretch here. Talk about the mental toughness needed to finish a season strong.
You know, I think you got to have that. Everybody talk about the game physically, guys making shots. And we all know there's some teams and players, they all do that well. But who's the tough team that can get through the tough times? That's when you see the teams that can get over the hump and you start to say, I like that team.
With the putback.
Good job by Mitchell, trusting his teammates. And in turn, that's going to open up opportunities for him.
Here's Okogie, guarded by O'Neal. Out to Russell, pass to Beasley. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Towns. The three-pointer, no good.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the Tippers.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter.
Good eyes by the defense. Clearly, that's not where he wanted the pass to go, and he's frustrated.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Three-pointer, and he's good on the 3-ball.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Conley. That misses off the backboard. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And the basket by Okogie.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Conley, the pass to Ingles, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
Finding a man wide open, Mike Conley does an exceptional job of leading this team.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
Clarkson, he's checked in for Mike Conley. Minnesota also making some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. And Layman subbed in for Josh Okogie.
He has a standing reach of 9'7". Gobert making that play look routine.
Mitchell finds Gobert. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one is on Towns. And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Ed Davis is checked in for Joe Ingles. George Niang comes in for Royce O'Neal. And it's Moutier in for Donovan Mitchell. Clarkson passes to Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And it's Moutier with the ball. He brings it up for the Jazz. 6-point game. Offensive rebound. 1:03 left here in the opening quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Clarkson. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
To the paint. Here's Lehman. Gobert with the block.
You got to keep your head on the swivel when you go up against Rudy Gobert.
.52 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Passes it to Niang. Fires the three. Another shot, and it's blocked. Right wing. Noel. He's covered by Clarkson. A steal. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Here's Moutier, and Moutier throws it down.
He's been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
Reed gets the bucket.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
On the wing, Davis. The pass to Clarkson. Puts up a three. No good. And so it's Utah. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. Back right after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And the guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
We've got Moutier. Davis is out there with Rudy Gobert. Then there's Jordan Clarkson, and it's Niang in at the small forward position. That's the group right now for Utah. Gobert, the pass to Davis. He kicks it to Moutier. Here's Niang. Utah the rebound. Up again. It's good on the putback. Gobert's got the lead up to 11 now for Utah.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tipping.
Here's Moutier. And Davis puts it in. Davis has got his second basket of the night.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Reed the pass to Culver. Here's Lehman. No points in the game yet for him. 5 on the clock. Here's Reed trying to get open as Johnson. Here's Niang. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
You don't see the finger roll that much anymore, but when you do, it's always a treat. There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far, but as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances. Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Lehman pass to Culver. Shoots over Clarkson. Another miss by Minnesota. Smitty Snyder, also an All-American in high school, 2-time Washington State Basketball Player of the Year in high school.
Led Mercer Island to a state title, and then experienced coaching in college, the G League, and abroad. He's a lifer, and he's been around the game far and wide.
Here's Moutier. Drains it from beyond the arc. Moutier's got 7 points.
Controlling the defensive glass has been a problem here tonight.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Aston Yang. Nice ball movement by Utah. And they pick up 2. Gobert's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Noel. Offline with his 3.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you know, Clarkson entering the league as a second-round pick, a little unsung for most of his career, but always seems to find a way to contribute.
And the Jazz with some changes. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Gobert. Donovan Mitchell comes in for George Niang. And it's Conley in for Moutier.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Effort's been there, check mark. The physicality, check mark. They set the tone for this game early on.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Has to come. Mitchell outside. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Bradley's checked in for the Jazz. O'Neal comes in for Jordan Clarkson. Minnesota's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And it's Russell in the corner. Beasley right side. Off target with his 3. Utah leading by 22. Swiped it away.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, do you take it? Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Here's Mitchell. Another miss by Utah. And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Deep 2 from Russell. Rudy Gobert, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Utah.
Thank you, Kevin. Carl, they made...
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Some incredible work in this one by Rudy Gobert. He had 13 points, 2 block shots. And that does it for our...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Rudy Gobert has been sensational.
As impressive as the block totals are from him early on, they don't even tell the whole story. He's changed countless others.
Yes, defensively, what they've done, they funnel people his way and banking on his ability to intimidate.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Malik Beasley out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then there's Towns, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4.
It's so good to see Mike Conley out there. After all the injuries, I just love how the offense runs with him at the helm.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Mitchell dishes to Ingles. Steve, the player tracking data is kind of an interesting thing. It's a big part of scouting now. In fact, AI can accumulate that right from the TV feed, which to me is amazing.
It is. I think if it doesn't distract or take away from our game, to have that type of information live and from a player being able to play in a game, I think it's helpful for everything, for scouting, for, I would say, health reasons, for guys, conditioning. I love it, as long as it doesn't distract from the game.
That's a good point.
Using outstanding floor awareness there. Russell's ability to pick apart the defense and find the open man.
Mitchell passes to Gobert. Gobert double teamed. Here's Mitchell. And the layup's good off the glass. Mitchell's got 4 points this quarter.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Russell from long range. Timberwolves with a fresh shot clock. And the shot is good.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Here's Conley. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
They couldn't have asked for a better start to this half offensively. 4 straight and counting.
The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Beasley for 3. That one doesn't drop. The Jazz go the other way with it. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. Mitchell wide open. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And Utah making a change here. Niang's checked in. James Johnson's checked in for the Timberwolves. Jazz leading by 21. Here's Mitchell. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Mitchell's got 6 points.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
They may not get the spotlight, but the Utah Jazz are one of the best run teams in the NBA. They're run as a legacy trust. That means every dime of profit goes back into the team.
Steps back and shoots. And Utah again with the bucket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Steve, you were talking about the reinvestment for the Jazz. An upgraded arena, new practice facilities.
Necessary moves, you know this, to stay competitive. The Jazz fans love their team, and they're showing that commitment in return.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. In the corner, O'Neal with it. Over in the corner, Conley. Ingles passes to Niang. Here's Mitchell. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pulls up on the wing, and he gets the jumper to drop. Johnson's got his second basket of the night.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Conley against Russell. Conley into the lane. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Conley's got 5 points in the quarter.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this hot, a great chance to extend this lead.
His team hasn't picked up the slack, but he's doing everything he can do to win this game for them.
Jazz leading by 20. Here's Mitchell. Again, the Jazz score.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
Okogie, the pass to Russell. Now here's Beasley. From the arc. Drains the 3-pointer. Beasley's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Timberwolves.
Give him a lot of credit. He's always looking to be aggressive on the offensive end.
Conley, and there's another one for the Jazz.
What you like about Conley, he has a nice assortment of shots in that mid-range area.
Russell kicks to Beasley. Passes it to Towns. There's the pass to Russell. Now Beasley. Here's Towns. Doesn't go for it. And so it's the Utah Jazz sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And now a sneak.
Let's just keep playing with the same intensity.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Clarkson is out there with Emmanuel Mudiay. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward. That's the group right now for Utah.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Gobert. No one near Mudiay as he lets it go. And there's Gobert putting it right back in.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Clarkson with the ball. He's picked up by Russell. And that one, good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Towns down low, defended by Gobert. Here's Culver. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And that one good from Clarkson.
Good find, and one of Gobert's advantages as a passer, he can see over everyone's head.
Here's Towns. But they get it back. Hernangomez passes to Russell. Here's Culver. Gobert with the block. And now Utah, fast break. Here's O'Neal. Finished off the break.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
A shot by Clarkson, no good. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Gobert, and there's Gobert, putting it right back in. Gobert's got 4 points in the quarter.
What a game for Rudy. We don't expect this every night, but it's an encouraging sign.
And with that one, it ends an 11-0 run by the Jazz.
Free throw line jump shot. Mudiay with the basket.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Minnesota's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Gobert. Ingles passes to Gobert. Towns with the steal. Hernangomez kicks to Towns. Pulls it up. No good from Hernangomez.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, Coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
Defensively, Smitty, why do we see more full-court press in college than we do in the NBA?
You know, the guards are better at the NBA level, and I think also your 5-man, who usually a guy who can't bring it up, they're pretty good at the NBA level. Just overall, Kevin, the skill level at the NBA level is better at college, so you can't really trap guys and pick on one guy who's not equipped.
Left side, Towns. Towns is doubled. Pass to Culver. Here's Reed. It's stolen by Mudiay. Knocks it loose. Towns with the steal. Culver passes to Hernangomez. Russell from long range. And the 3 ball is good. Russell's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Utah.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Rudy Gobert.
Active hands tonight. He may have gambled a bit, but sometimes you have to take chances to make plays, and he did that tonight.
Inside, double clutches. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
That's good from O'Neal. And the Jazz with some changes. Bradley's checked in for Joe Ingles. Mitchell comes in for Jordan Clarkson. And Mike Conley subbed in for Emmanuel Mudiay. Pass to Vanderbilt. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Kicks it out to Evans. Noel, covered by Conley. Out left to the wing. Vanderbilt. That one rolling around and rims out.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Bradley. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Shoots the three. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Here's Evans. It's good.
Assist goes to Noel.
7 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Mitchell outside. And the miss. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge.
where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke from 2K.
Oh! Okay. All right. That's it. That's payback. We're good.
And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Beasley.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. They've got Towns, D'Angelo Russell out there with Malik Beasley. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. And for the Magic, Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. And it's Ennis in at the 3. Shot clock at 3. Augustine, that's good. What great athleticism with both these teams. I mean, it's every move so graceful, so skilled. I mean, majestic.
It is, Kevin. There's an explosiveness. There's this speed that is absolutely incredible to watch. Every possession up and down the floor could have the potential highlight reel.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what? Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay. Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Stolen. Here's Beasley, and it's blocked by Gordon.
How about the timing of Aaron Gordon? This guy has got the ability to rise up and send it back.
For the Orlando Magic, they come into this one following a loss to Chicago. Orlando moving the ball around. Here's Vucevic. Back to Ennis. Outside Fournier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He feeds it to Vucevic. No good on that one. And Minnesota now the other way. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd. And that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
And Towns throws it down.
Fact of the matter is, Karl Anthony Towns could be a menace on the glass. Good luck with this guy.
Outside Fournier. Back to Augustine. It's Fournier on the wing. Almost, but it rolls out.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And the Magic, one of those franchises that's still looking for its first title.
And Greg, they've been to the NBA Finals twice, but boy, did they run up against 2 of the all-time great individual closers in history. 1995, Hakeem Olajuwon says no to the Magic. 2009, the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant says, no, sir, I'm getting another championship.
Now, here is Hernan Gomez. Following the miss by Aaron Gordon. Fournier with the ball. Beasley covering. Fournier goes in. Beasley with the steal. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. And the basket by Okogie.
Well, the more repetition he gets, the more floor awareness you develop. D'Angelo Russell showing a desire to get his teammates involved.
Now, here's Fournier. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. Feeds it to Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Here's Okogie. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon.
A moment now to see the numbers for Carl Anthony Towns. Averaging around 26 points per, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch. Someone the other players look up to.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Tim Birch comes in for Aaron Gordon. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Fournier. The Magic trail by 3. Fultz the pass to Bamba. And the dunk by Bamba.
Well, Markelle Fultz continues to develop his floor awareness. Passes like that will create all kinds of chemistry.
A three-pointer is right on target.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And it's Fultz with the ball for the Orlando Magic. Pass to Carter-Williams. Deep 2 from Ross. They get it back. Birch. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Boy, his hard work on the offensive glass, earning an additional opportunity.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s. And for a franchise searching for stability, it doesn't help that the Wolves have had a number of head coaching changes.
Well, obviously, the Wolves aren't alone in that problem, Greg. I think it can be difficult to identify just the right kind of leadership. And when you do get someone like Greg Popovich or Eric Spoelstra or Rick Carlisle, you try to hold on for dear life.
Orlando with the ball. Orlando trailing here. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Fultz dishes to Bamba. That gives them the lead. Here's Culver. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Rockets in Houston. Johnson's shot is off. Orlando, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. And it's Carter-Williams in the corner. Off target from three-point range. For 3. He's off on that one. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Magic. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And guys, for the Magic, what jumps out to you so far, numbers-wise?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been there. They are getting hammered on second chance opportunities.
So on the floor for Minnesota, they've got Lehman, also Johnson out there. And it's Reed in at the center position. Here's Birch. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And a chance here to go to our rookie leaderboard and give a nod to the best long-range bombers of the past month. 5th best, Jarrett Culver.
You know, coming into the NBA, you knew he could stroke it from long range. And over the past month, he's shown us exactly that.
And finished off by Fultz.
Well, this has to contribute to Markelle Fultz's confidence. Showing right there he can get through the defense.
To the paint. Here's Johnson. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And Jarrett Culver gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Ross finds Bamba. Here's Birch. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here. Well, you talk about physical gifts for the game. Mo Bamba, a 7-footer with the longest wingspan, 7'9.5", and that gives him a huge sphere of influence.
Here's Carter-Williams, following the score by James Johnson. On deep. And Lehman pulls it down. The Timberwolves trail. Noel And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Right, you look at Bamba able to touch the rim while still on the ground. And he gets off the ground pretty well, too.
A good athlete, still getting stronger and developing his feel for the game. But he has something you just can't teach.
Here's Birch. He's guarded by Johnson. Birch's shot's good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Johnson outside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And let's check out the stats for Ross. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. 9th in three-point field goal percentage. 15th in scoring. And he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And back to his efficiency from 3, as you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail. So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Goes up, the big dunk at the end of the break.
Showing improvement on the defensive end. D'Angelo Russell using his speed to get after steals.
Fournier into the lane. And the basket by Gordon. Interesting, Doris, to see how these NBA players that come into the league looking one way physically and they leave looking another way, they change their bodies over the course of their career.
Kevin, you talked about this earlier. These players commit to their season over the course of 365 days. Virtually no offseason. Think about the reigning MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who adds 50 pounds of muscle from the time he enters the NBA. Or the other side of the equation, right? A Yusuf Nurkic or a Marc Gasol who drop weight, Kevin, to enhance their quickness and their stamina. These guys are so committed.
They are. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Johnson. Towns is doubled. The pass to Hernangomez. Beasley outside. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for the Magic. They trail by 1. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
And you can learn a lot about rebounding by watching this guy. Look at the fundamentals there on the box out.
Here's Okogie, defended by Gordon. Another miss by Minnesota. Magic have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Shot by Ennis. Nobody around. Sinks the triple. Ennis has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Now here's Ennis. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game.
Well, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Here's Towns. Russell finds Towns. Here's Hernangomez. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Hernangomez has got 5 now.
Pick up the pace, get the 2 for 1 here.
Well, you want efficiency and quality shots in this situation.
The shot, no good. Beasley outside. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Fournier with the ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Augustine. Back to Fournier. Here's Gordon. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Magic lead by 3. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the... And that's a wrap with the third...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Here's Russell.
You think about the Timberwolves, the one thing that seems elusive for this organization has been consistency. They have had the talent. They've had good coaching. The problem is they haven't yet put those two areas together.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Orlando. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. And it's Ennis, and at the 3, the small forward. And Towns throws it down.
The big cat climbs up and flushes it home.
And the Wolves door is one of only 11 franchises to have never won a championship. In fact, they've made the Western Conference Finals only once.
I think one of their challenges, at least in this latest run, has been they're competing with a very young core. And certainly you have added veterans to the group. The problem is the core guys have to understand how to step up when it's winning time. What we understand is playoff performance is most important.
Yeah, good job to take it right at
him. And the first one goes.
We know this about Nikola Vucevic. He's a high percentage finisher. To me, the next steps, right? Improve your defense, be more consistent with range, and if he does that, he's golden.
And Orlando making a change here. Ross is checked in. Towns makes it off the glass. Towns has got 6 points.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
That's to Vucevic. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Augustine passes to Vucevic. 16 feet away, and the basket is good. And that's now 6 points for Aaron Gordon.
I love that Aaron Gordon goes right up with it. He's got really good instincts for knowing when to catch and shoot.
Ross with the steal. And now Orlando on the break. Gordon's running. It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. Minnesota again turning it over. Here's a look at the schedule for the Magic. On Sunday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets. And then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Now here is Augustine. 6 on the shot clock. The wide open look here for Vucevic. And it's Gordon missing.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum. Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
For the Magic, Fultz checked in for Evan Fournier. And it's Carter Williams in for Augustine. Passes it to Ross. At the elbow, it's Gordon. Vucevic down low. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them.
1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
Here's Johnson. Reed. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Ross finds Vucevic. Now here's Gordon. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Noel. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Gordon, the pass to Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions? This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Ross on the wing. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Shot clock at 5. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Here's Carter Williams. They get it again. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
How about those instincts from the 7-footer? Vucevic uses that size to snag offensive rebounds.
There's the pass to Culver. And it's Lehman in the corner. Johnson in the corner. A shot by Culver. Nobody around. But they'll get another chance. And stolen by Gordon.
And a 2-for-1 is there for them if they want it.
Well, you're trying to end the quarter the right way. It takes awareness and it takes discipline.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Now here's Johnson. Pass to Culver. Here's Reed. He's guarded by Ross. This one for 3. Another miss by Minnesota. Magic leading by 5. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. Carter Williams can't get it to go.
I'll tell you, he has looked just a step slow all game, but his teammates, boy, have they come through. Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Fultz kicks to Vucevic over Reed. Can't connect. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's the Magic. They lead by 3. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. And now let's take a listen on head coach Steve Clifford.
Well, we're doing well. Great job. Show your hands. Show your hands. Don't foul.
Moments ago, Steve Clifford talking about defensive technique. Doesn't want to give up 3 points at the charity line.
And by focusing in on the smallest thing, his guys know how serious he is. One of the better defensive coaches in our league.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for Minnesota, we've got D'Angelo Russell. Also Malik Beasley out there. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4. Now, here's Bamba. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. The Timberwolves trail. Pass to Okogie. Puts up a 3. And Bamba pulls it down. Magic shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Birch the pass to Ennis. Back to Birch. There's the dish to Fournier. Passes to Augustine. Oh, good with the triple.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ballgame.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
And Doris last season, rookie Josh Okogie ended up contributing more than the franchise thought he would.
Yeah, he was terrific as a 3-and-D player for the Wolves. This guy could end up being the steal of the draft, sort of in that Robert Covington mold.
Vucevic, he's checked in for Orlando. The pass to Ennis. Dishes to Bamba. Shoots over Towns. Bamba's shot is off. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Gordon's checked in for Bamba.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back. Great chemistry between two teammates. Love the passing.
Near the three-point line, it's Gordon. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Hernan Gomez has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Okogie, the pass to Towns. Shoots over Vucevic. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Magic have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. Gordon, basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Shots good by Hernan Gomez.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Near the three-point line, it's Augustine. Misses the wing J.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Now Fournier, after D'Angelo Russell's three-pointer that didn't go. And there's a whistle. That goes on Hernangomez. And that'll be his third foul so far. Here are the Magic now. Augustine passes to Fournier. Out to the wing. Pocket 6. Ennis dishes to Vucevic, and it's blocked by Towns.
Well, his value to this team on both ends. Not many guys can defend the perimeter and the rim the way Towns can.
I'm honestly not sure what that was about. Maybe a protest against his coach?
Well, that is inexcusable. That kind of shot selection won't do them any good. How about the calm demeanor of Towns, well made for pressure situations?
Outside Fournier. Picked him clean. To the middle. Takes it from 10, and the jumper falls for him. Now it's a 4-point Timberwolves lead.
And how about the execution, really when it matters most? He knew he had the height advantage and just got the job done. No need to pass in that situation.
Aaron Gordon in a big moment, unafraid to deliver. How pretty is that?
Chalk up 2 there. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that. Well, this game separates the men from the boys. Aaron Gordon, big-time delivery.
Throws it up high. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Takes the 13-footer, the putback, and it's Russell with that extra effort.
Man, if you're going to be a star, D'Angelo Russell, those are the shots you've got to make.
Orlando's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Beasley against Fournier, and the Magic can hold on to the ball. And the Magic making a change here. Ross is checked in. Johnson, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Down low. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Johnson. Towns has got the lead up to 6 now for the Timberwolves.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
Now here's Ennis. And Augustine kicks to Ross. He dishes it to Gordon. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
Boy, how about the tenacity of Aaron Gordon? So good at being assertive and taking over the offense when necessary.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
Well, Greg, you've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
And Greg, to me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
A Kobe for 3. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that's going to do it.
Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill
Yeah.
Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah. I quit pickup like 5 years ago.
I'm gonna end it right now.
He's going to end.
We get a look at the sun shining in the buildings of downtown Salt Lake City, Utah. Our broadcast location today. Welcome. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. You look at Orlando. They're holding the edge for the last playoffs. I am sure they'd feel better if they could jump up a couple rankings.
And when I look at Orlando, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing that perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
A look at the starting group for the Magic. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic, and it's Ennis in at the small forward. And for Utah, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert, and it's O'Neal in at the 3 slot. And over the course of his career, Mike Conley taking on more and more of the leadership mantle.
He's embraced it, Kevin, and he said letting his hair down was a way of letting go and just being confident in himself.
And that one drops.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Vucevic. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. To the inside, here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Boy, you look at Gordon, he is cut up now. Fantastic at being able to overcome physical defenses because of his own physicality.
And you remember when Aaron Gordon came into the league, Clark, some questioned whether he had the size to play the power forward position. Not anymore.
Yeah, you take a look at what's important at that position. It's about mobility versus...
That is not possible. What we just... Is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
Kevin and Greg, I'm telling you, that is he's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off. But nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
O'Neal misses.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him. Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
Ennis with the ball. O'Neal's there. And that one is good.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim.
Well, you got to make that moment last. Enjoy it for as long as you can.
18 feet out. Nice jump shot. Good. Vucevic has got his second bucket.
You look at the mid-range area of the court, definitely in Vucevic's game, clearly. He's an outstanding shooting center.
Conley, no good there. The Magic go the other way with it. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago. Vucevic dishes to Ennis. It's Fournier on the wing. Orlando gets it back. Gobert with the block, and they'll keep possession. Vucevic the pass to Fournier. They get it back.
Establish his position with the strong base. You got to box out Vucevic better than that.
And it's Conley with the ball for Utah. They trail by 1. And the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Ennis taking his time here. Back to Augustine. 6 to shoot. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Vucevic. He's averaging about 19 points per, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. Well, you know that he can put points up in a hurry, and he leads this team in scoring.
Yeah, I think he's got a great sense of how to keep their offense going and being productive. If somebody else is having an off night, and he kind of steps in and fills the gap.
The Magic trail by 4. In the corner, it's Gordon. Back to Augustine. Kicks to Ennis. Here's the dish to Vucevic. Gobert with the defensive effort.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
That one goes. Just count it. And that's now 9 points for Donovan Mitchell. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the first. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And Orlando has possession. Gordon finds Augustine. Can they get it? Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
An excellent example of concentration there from Fournier. Did a nice job under pressure keeping his balance.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Ed Davis is checked in for Joe Ingles. George Niang comes in for Royce O'Neal. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Here's Birch, defended by Mudiay. Nice shot there by Bamba.
Good position that time around the bucket, and when Bamba does that, he's hard to stop.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession.
Risky pass there. They're lucky to retain possession this time.
Just 4 seconds left in the first. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Utah out in front, up by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Utah Jazz.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Gobert is out there with Davis. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then it's Mudiay. And it's Niang in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Mark, some players just don't need a lot of rest. They could play basketball all day, every day, and don't want to be taken out. They've all got a lot of engine in them.
Yeah, they do. 24/7 guys, we call them. They don't need a lot of fuel, and it seems like they never are out of fuel. Guys like Paul George and Russell Westbrook come to mind.
There's the triple. They grabbed their own miss.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
Bamba's shot is off.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. 2nd in field goal percentage, 7th in blocks, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And you mentioned it, he's the 2nd best shooter in the league right now. Quick trigger with just a little bit better footwork. He could take over that top spot. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
For Orlando, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
The numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
And Bamba with the basket on the assist from Carter Williams.
Well, you've got to know where Bamba is at all times, especially when the break is on and he's running the floor.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season, the G League tested out an expansion of the Clear Path Rule. Now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. And that will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. A 3-ball. A shot by Clarkson, no good. To the Jazz, their last game, a loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Bamba. And the number 1 pick in 2017, Markelle Fultz out of Washington, 6'4". Clark, you think he's more of a point guard or a 2?
Well, you know, at Washington, Kevin, I thought he showed the ability to score and assist at a high level. Coming out of college, I thought he had a chance to be really dynamic in both areas. Time will tell if that's the case, but I think playing the point could take some of the pressure off of his shot as he regains confidence in that part of his game.
Oh, the lob to Gobert. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Fultz. And such a nice move to make the basket work.
And, you know, Fultz is highly skilled as an offensive player. When he gets this kind of positioning inside, it's a wrap.
Moutier against Carter Williams. Moutier with the basket.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Bamba kicks to Ross. Back to Bamba. From 17 feet out. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Pass to Gobert. Over Ross. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. Now it's a 5-point Jazz lead. Here's Bamba. And the dunk by Bamba.
Boy, I tell you, Bamba's wingspan and his standing reach is ridiculous. This dude was born to throw it down.
Now, here's Clarkson, guarded by Fultz. Here's Niang. No good from outside. And it's Fultz with the ball for the Magic. Their last encounter was in Orlando.
Well, in that one, you could pretty much see the writing on the wall. Their performance was lackluster at best.
Yeah, they looked distracted, far off, distant. It seemed like their heart wasn't in it to try to win that game.
Well, when you look at Mo Bamba, with his size, around 7'1" in height, Clark, the longest wingspan, arm span ever measured at the Combine, he can dominate inside.
And you know what, guys? The scary thing is, he's got room to fill out. He's got room to add good muscle and weight to that frame. And once he does, he's going to be a nightmare to deal with.
Davis on the follow.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
O'Neal passes to Mitchell. And jammed down, and he goes right on top of Aaron Gordon.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that, guys.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
They double-team Conley. Davis in the corner. Takes the 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Bamba's got 4 rebounds in this game. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Offensive rebound. Vucevic. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Too easy for Vucevic. I mean, at his size and with his skill set, I mean, he's a threat down there.
Mitchell wide open. And there's another one for the Jam.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Augustine passes to Bamba. 3 seconds left. No good with the layup.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Jazz lead by...
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Beagle let you. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a... That's all for now.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for Orlando, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem, and it's Ennis in at the small forward position. Jazz leading by 4. Here's Mitchell. A three-pointer off the mark. Conley against Fournier. And it's Ennis at the elbow. Here's the 3. Fournier's shot is off. Utah shooting fantastically in this game. 62% from the floor. Ingles dishes to Mitchell. In the corner, O'Neal with it. He gets that one. And the Jazz lead by 6. Mark, we're seeing more and more young coaches in the NBA. You think this is a trend? Is it completely circumstantial? What's your view on it?
Well, I think you've got more younger coaches that are capable and able to coach. And the league is quite young, too. I think it's a current trend. But we've seen that before in decades past when it seems the wave of coaches are younger. I think it's more or less kind of the cycle of life that we see across a lot of different industries.
It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. Fournier's shot is off.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
Here's Mitchell. Orlando grabs the miss. Vucevic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. The Magic again can't hit.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Mitchell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And the Utah Jazz, not exactly a magnet for big-name free agents, Greg, but for their young star, Donovan Mitchell, it has been a perfect fit.
You know, they needed a scorer. He's played big minutes from day one and really thrived in that role.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Ed Davis is checked in for Gobert. George Niang comes in for Joe Ingles. Clarkson, he's checked in for Royce O'Neal. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Mitchell's shot is good.
Oh, great ball movement there.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
No good from Ross. And here are the Jazz now. They're on a 16-4 run. And Mudiay throws it down.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And it's Vucevic missing.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
The Magic shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Well, we've seen Vucevic expand his offensive repertoire, guys, adding to his old-school post game. He's now demonstrating perimeter shooting and playmaking ability, and that's opening some eyes.
And Utah making a change here. Gobert's checked in. On the wing, Mitchell. 23 points in the game. Shot is no good. Now 9 for 13 from the floor. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Here's Birch. And that one's drained from the low block. Birch has got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Mitchell left side. Pass to Clarkson. The Jazz working the ball around now. Gobert can't hit. The Magic trail by 14. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
DJ Augustine's checked in for...
Oh, man. He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
Niang, but they recover it. The shot comes out. And here's Fultz. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And you got to clog up the clear lanes to the basket. You can't give him room to operate. When you do, Fultz scorches you with his speed.
And so it's Utah. 13 points up at the end of the period. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We come back right after this. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. It's a 13-point game. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. And it's Clarkson in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Just 4 to shoot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
O'Neal's check in for Mitchell. And the Magic making a change here as well. James Ennis will check in for Markelle Fultz. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. His demeanor was not one as a coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. We'll see if they were listening, guys.
Pass to Ross. Back to Augustine. The feed to Vucevic. It doesn't go for him. Now the Jazz take it the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. Here's Conley. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead. Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
And the basket by Gordon.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
To the middle. And the basket by Ingles. And the Jazz lead by 16. Clark, you were so prolific in so many areas of the game. Which part of basketball came the easiest for you?
I think the rebounding piece. I always had a knack for sniffing out missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds. But that was probably the strength of my game and the most unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant you pretty much played inside, and he drummed into my head.
And here we go, Coach's Challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to have a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
You know, one of those rare second-round picks who played well immediately. Clarkson was first-team all-rookie and continues to develop.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound. It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
And the pass to Ingles. Looking for Clarkson. He gets it there. He kicks it to Gobert. No one near Conley as he lets it go. Another miss by Utah. And an intentional foul right there. Should the NBA consider widening the court to even out the value of those corner threes?
You know, that wouldn't be a bad idea, Kevin. But I also like the fact that there's a deep three at the top and on the wing. And then you've got a little shorter three if you can get to that corner. Widening the lane to make that three more in line or symmetrical with the deep three at the top. I kind of like having a short corner three.
I agree with you. Mitchell passes to Conley. O'Neal against Gordon. Utah needs to get off a shot here. On the top of the key. The Jazz again can't hit it. The Magic trail by 13. Pass to Augustine. Over Mitchell. The Magic again can't hit.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Jazz.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up, whether the last several shots went down or not. 3 after 3. It just seemed to pay off for them.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And they've really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one.
Well, once they've taken the first 2 from them, you could just sense how this one was going to go.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Rudy Gobert.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Tries to save it, and out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
You know, that's just sloppy basketball, giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
And it's Orlando's ball, down by 15. Clark, the pass to Fultz. Here's Clark. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. They led by as many as 18 points. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony,
but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparation. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Culver.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 slot. And for Minnesota, we've got D'Angelo Russell. Also Malik Beasley out there. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. Here's Mitchell. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
Point blank, this is a bad combination. If you're looking to get stops, that's not the way.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on D'Angelo Russell. The Jazz shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. Well, Smitty, for players and teams that are out of the playoff hunt, how do they stay motivated here to go the rest of the season every night, every practice, every trip?
And I think that's when the organization, your captains, your coaches, you got to talk about being a pro. Sometimes you lose focus. You're not in the playoffs, and maybe your team that was supposed to be or not slated to be in the playoffs. You still are a professional. You have to have a professional approach.
Poke loose. The Jazz on offense. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. Here's Mitchell. Utah gets it back, puts the move on, and slam dunk by Gobert.
He has a standing reach of 9'7". Gobert making that play look routine.
Okogie for 3. O'Neal with the rebound. The Jazz have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Mitchell wide open. And a miss there on the triple. Minnesota's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's Okogie. And he drops it in from the low post. Okogie's got his second basket of the game. Conley against Russell. And it's Conley penetrating. And the layup's good off the glass.
You won't find many players with the quickness of Mike Conley. He can dice you up.
Right side Russell. There's the 3. Utah with the rebound.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Ingles finds Mitchell. O'Neal with it. Shot clock at 6. Excellent D there from Beasley.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take it back.
Okogie for 3. Hits it from three-point range. Okogie's got 7. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Jazz. Trailing by 2.
And Smitty, as tough as they are on D, the Jazz have been middle of the pack offensively. How do they improve there?
You know, GA, they could be a top 10 offense. The two things that have held them back are turnovers and poor free throw shooting.
Now, here's Mitchell. 11 points for him in that last game against Oklahoma City.
Few players in the league do a better job of finding the open man than Mike Conley.
Stolen by Mitchell. And now Ingles pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Beasley, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Back to Beasley. Over Mitchell. No good from Beasley.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Here's O'Neal. Off target from outside. Timberwolves trail by 4. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Royce O'Neal. Pass to Culver. Now here's Johnson. From deep three-point range, the putback. Here's Towns. Got a piece of it. And the Jazz pushing it up now. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
You've got to trust your receiver to go get that pass. Did you see Donovan Mitchell catch and finish in the same motion?
Here's Layman. 9-point game his last outing. Culver. Another miss by Minnesota. And here again, the Jazz in transition. Up the court they go. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
And it's the Jazz's ball. They're on a 17-5 run. And here's Conley outside. Gobert. And there's Gobert putting it right back in. Gobert's got 8 points.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Jazz out in front, up by 10. And the second quarter will be on the way. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Layman is out there with James Johnson. Then it's Culver, and it's Reed, and at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. A nice shot by Culver.
And how about the balance there from Culver? Really good at staying in control despite the D being all over him. Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Johnson for 3. Hands it from downtown. Johnson's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Timberwolves. And, Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school, and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA-level stuff.
Here's Johnson. And oh, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
And what James Johnson brought with him coming into this league, physicality. He combines size, strength, athleticism, and a 7'1" wingspan.
Well, the spotlight usually is on the head coach. Well, Smitty, what makes for a great assistant coach on a staff in your eyes?
Well, I think when he has a great relationship with the coaches and also he has a great relationship with the players. I also love the assistant coaches that are very detailed. And also some of those guys, they have great insight on what a coach can see. It's still a team, and there's some great assistants out there.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Noel. And the call on the and now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Culver. O'Neal with the rebound.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Davis finds Clarkson. And here is O'Neal. Moutier looking around. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Niang. A rebound by the Timberwolves. They faced off right here last time they met, but the Hawks just couldn't pull out the win.
They just got overwhelmed. We knew that game was going to be a tough one for them, and we were right.
Ugly, ugly display. I thought they'd be more competitive, but I was wrong.
The pass to Reed. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Jazz leading by 5. The Jazz working the ball around now. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Friday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then on Saturday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs.
And for that game against the Trailblazers, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Fires from deep. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Utah's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And that one good from Clarkson.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
Pass to Niang. Beasley with the steal. One-on-one fast break. Shot from the low block. And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Russell.
And just changing ends in transition there. You have to stick close to Russell defensively, or he'll get crazy on him.
O'Neal kicks to Clarkson. On the wing, Davis, defended by Towns. It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And Utah making a change here. Gobert, he's checked in for George Niang. Joe Ingles comes in for Royce O'Neal. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Clarkson. And it's Conley in for Moutier. The putback. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. It's Gobert with the ball for Utah. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Here's Mitchell. Another miss by Utah. Beasley outside. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Jazz lead by 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA. The first quarter was all about Rudy Gobert. He had 8 points, 9 rebounds, and
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Rudy Gobert has been sensational.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
And I can't wait to see what he has in store during this second half. Some of those jams were downright absurd.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Utah. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. And it's O'Neal in at the 3. Here's Beasley. Oh, wow!
easy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. On the wing, Mitchell. Passes it to Gobert. 5 to shoot. Russell against Thomas. Over Russell. Nice D from Russell.
It just seemed like they were out of sync and waited way too long.
And they go to the intentional foul. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Timberwolves trail. Beasley outside. Over to the left wing. For the lead. Rebound, Utah. O'Neal's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Conley, the pass to Ingles. Misses the layup.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And it's Towns missing. The Jazz have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Mitchell. Another miss by Utah.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better. Shaky start to the half, going 1 for 4, still trying to find that groove.
And it's Conley penetrating. He makes the Johnny from the left block. Conley's got his second basket.
Finally, now 1 for 5 here in the third. We'll see if that boosts their confidence.
Out to the right wing. Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Gobert is a high percentage shooter from the interior, especially when he's dropping the hammer.
From past the arc, Timberwolves with a fresh shot clock. No good that time. Jazz leading by 5. Mitchell right side. The Jazz working the ball around now.
Great focus on the defensive end there to contest that shot.
And this is where you would prefer to work the ball to someone else for just a better look.
Russell from long range. Another miss by Minnesota.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
What you love about Donovan Mitchell, not only does he explode into his moves, he finishes with authority.
You know, Smitty, every team at some point faces some locker room turmoil. How tough is it to balance team chemistry?
You know, it's very tough. Sometimes you have those 1 or 2 player additions that it just changes the dynamic of your team. Sometimes you lose a leader. He might not be the best player. Then a lot of times guys are playing for contracts, and some guys get a little bit upset because they figure they're playing for their individual success versus team. But when you have that right chemistry, it is beautiful.
There's Russell with the 3. It's a hand on it, and it's Towns on the follow.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
Big-time scoring move. When Ingles surprises people with the drive, it creates opportunities to set up other guys in the future.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Timberwolves look good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
The Jazz making a switch here. Davis is checked in for Joe Ingles. George Niang comes in for Royce O'Neal. Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Timberwolves trail by 5. Stolen by Clarkson. Davis against Johnson. Here's Gobert. Pass to Niang. Lets it go with a 3. Second shot opportunity. And Davis lays it in.
Hustle points count just like any others. That's a great play.
And finished off by Hernan Gomez.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down. Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, do you take it? Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Here's Mudiay. Tipped away. It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Utah out in front, leading by 3. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. We've got Johnson, Culver out there with Lehman, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Utah leading by 3. Here's Clarkson. Gobert controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Second chance points have really been an issue here defensively.
Timberwolves shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Now here's Culver, defended by Moutier. Noel. That shot off. The Jazz go the other way with it. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Great communication on the alley-oop. Now it's a 7-point Jazz lead.
Oh my goodness. Say that. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Here's Niang. That one, no good.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
Moutier against Hernan Gomez. Here's Clarkson. They get the rebound. Gobert. The putback. Davis on the follow.
And look at it. A significant portion of their offense coming on those second chance opportunities.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. It's stolen by Moutier. Oh, the lob to Gobert. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And he is built to be an alley-oop threat. Long arms, terrific athlete. He went and got that one.
Malik Beasley, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Utah also making some changes. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Davis. O'Neal comes in for George Niang. And it's Conley in for Moutier. And there's Gobert putting it right back in.
Playing at his tempo, his pace. He's been dialed in all night.
Here's Culver. Off target from three-point range. And here's Utah. A big stretch here going 10-2.
Good find, and one of Gobert's advantages as a passer, he can see over everyone's head.
And there's the pass to Culver. Jacks up a 3. But they get it back. A second chance effort. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And there hasn't been anything easy for them in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Unloads from 13. Great positioning on the putback.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Beasley for 3. Timberwolves with a fresh shot clock. Launches a 3. Drills it from outside.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Now here is Conley. He's tightly guarded. And that one hits back iron. Timberwolves trail by 14.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Jazz.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Rudy Gobert.
No, there's a few ways to control a game, right? You can do it with pace, you can do it with patience and efficiency. Tonight, he did it by owning the boards.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Nailed from three-point land.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
And Lehman pulls it down. Here's Hernan Gomez. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The first one falls. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. From deep, off target. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Steve...